Thanks for sticking with me. So we just talked about leading. More than being just a leader, you want to be one that leads. So let's talk about some examples of exactly how you can be one that leads. You never want to stop being inspired yourself. I am always looking for self-improvement. I'm looking to learn from other great leaders. I listen to podcasts, I read books, I watch videos, anything that I can do to find inspiration for myself that I can then pass on to my team. That is really important to do. You always want to lead by example. So again, I never ask anybody on my team to do anything that I haven't already done myself or that I'm not willing to do myself. Your team is going to do what you do. They are going to mirror exactly what you do much more frequently than they're even going to hear what you say. So be somebody that's worth emulating. And then your team is going to do that and you're going to start seeing growth. Care about your team. Care about your team. Care about them. Care about them as people. Care about them as your team. It's going to get you much further. Your knowledge is not going to matter until your team likes and respects you and trusts you. If they feel like you care about them, then they are going to care about you and what you have to say. It's really important. Validation and encouragement to your team is absolutely necessary. I don't care who you are. You want to hear that you matter. You want to hear, hey, you did a good job. Validation and encouragement is so important to your team through all of the ranks. If you have somebody who has not had any PV for months and then they have $100 in PV, that is a big deal and that deserves encouragement. Hey, what happened? Way to go. I'm so happy to see you're back on track. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. If they know that you care about them, it's not going to be out of the ordinary for you to reach out and say, hey, good job. It's very important. You want to be a storyteller. Facts tell, stories sell. I can tell you that I joined Posh the end of December, and I have a team of almost 200 Poshers right now, and that's fantastic. Those are facts, and that's great. But if I tell you that I joined Posh in December and I was a little nervous about this business, but I really poshed my little heart out for 90 days. And then after 90 days, one of my really good friends joined my team and that reinvigorated me. And then I went and did a show and I met some other new people. And then I posted a video and everybody was like, hey, your videos are really fun. I love watching them. And I thought, oh, wow. So I'm telling a story. That's a lot more interesting and a lot more inspiring than just stating facts. It makes a big difference. You need to be real. When I have a rough day with Posh, it's very infrequent that I have a rough day with Posh, but I have them sometimes. And you know what? I talk to my team about them. I am real. I share my insecurities. I share my failures and I share my fears. And that makes me real. So if you are not sharing your insecurities or your failures or your fears with your team, then shame on you because you are not being real. I don't share that kind of stuff every single day. Of course not. It's my job to be inspiring. It's my job to say you can do it. It's my job to show you how you can do it. But you know what? If I'm not real, those other things are never going to be heard. It's very important to keep it real. Make sure that you expose a little bit of your true self to your team. They're going to appreciate you for that. Be an excellent communicator. You absolutely need to watch your tone and how you speak to your downline or to your teammates or to whoever. In real life, you need to watch how you speak. People are sensitive beings and we have feelings. We need to feel as though we are respected. And when you speak down to your team just because you have a certain title, they're not going to hear a word you say, nor should they. So make sure that you watch how you communicate. Be an excellent communicator. Listen to what they have to say before you talk back. Challenge your people. It is so hard for some of us to challenge ourselves. But when somebody that we respect or somebody that inspires us throws down a challenge, all of a sudden we want to do anything we can to reach that. Challenge your people. If you have done a good job of all of these other tips that I'm giving you and establishing that respect and establishing yourself as being one that leads and not just the leader, if you're one that leads and you throw down a challenge, your team is going to want to achieve for themselves and for you. So take advantage of that opportunity and throw these challenges out, because you're going to help your team grow. You're going to inspire them, and you're going to make them realize that they can do it. It's simply just being that inspiration to them and setting that bar. Lastly, in order to really continue to be a great one that leads, you need to read. All great leaders are readers. Not all readers are great leaders, but all leaders are great readers. This goes back to never stop being inspired yourself. Seek out new resources, seek out new information, and never stop reading, because knowledge is power, and our teams need our knowledge. And when we do all of these other tips and we establish ourselves as a very inspirational, respectful, caring leader, then they're going to look to us for that knowledge. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe.